Michelle Wu has to be one of the most woke liberals in politics in the United States of America. She recently testified before Congress about her sanctuary city status, and she continues to say that she will not work with ICE, she will not work with Tom Homan, she will not let agents take illegal criminals off of her streets because Boston is a city for everyone. So she'd rather have her residents be put in danger by these criminals. And on another note, she wants to let drug dealers who sell poison to people every single day, she doesn't want to incarcerate them. Oh no, she wants to send them to treatment. Well, I got news for her. Drug dealers don't want treatment. Most drug dealers aren't drug addicts. They're out there pushing their poison to people they know want the drugs. The plan comes after crime in downtown Crossing and other areas throughout the city has reached a 7-year high due to drug use, focusing on treating rather than arresting users and dealers. Well, that plan is not going to go over too well. And she also stated to Congress that Boston is one of the safest cities in America, which I'm going to say that's another lie. Crime has reached a 7-year high because of drug dealing, because of crimes related to drug use. See, it's not the dealers who are shoplifting or robbing people or what have you, it's the drug users who are doing it. And she claims she's going to step up police enforcement to take the drug dealers and users off the street. Now, let me make myself clear. I'm all for treatment because there are millions of drug addicted people in our country and they need treatment. But treatment does not work if they're forced into it, if they're not ready to get clean. They are taking a bed away from someone who wants to get clean and that is seeking treatment. In the state of Rhode Island, we have a federally funded drug court. And most people, in my opinion, use that just to get out of jail. They sign a contract, they have to abide by the rules and regulations of the drug court, and if they don't, they will be incarcerated again. Well, I can't tell you how many times I have seen people fail the program because they're using it as a tool just to get out of jail. But I also have seen people succeed, pass the program, and graduate from it with a clean bill of health. But the majority of people, according to Michelle Wu, they need treatment. So the mayor, along with Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox and Suffolk District Attorney Kevin Hayden, outlined what they called an evolution of the city's plan to tackle its open air drug market. You're never going to stop it. You're never going to tackle it with politicians like this in office, which spilled into the downtown and other neighborhoods at and around Mass and Cass after the Atkinson Street encampment was cleared in 2003. Now, I'm assuming that was a homeless encampment. While the plan rolled out Wednesday afternoon at a press conference was seemingly responsive to persistent public safety complaints in downtown areas, it includes police enforcement. It will largely focus on getting congregate drug users and dealers into addiction treatment. Now, the addiction treatment will fall at the expense of the taxpayer in the city of Boston and in the state of Massachusetts. You cannot force someone to go into treatment one more time because all they're doing is using it as a tool to get out of jail for a little while. It's similar to a get out of jail free card in the game of Monopoly. All too many times they go, they stay one day, some stay an hour, some stay a week, but they leave and they go right back to what they were doing. So drug users may be the best candidates for treatment, but drug dealers don't want treatment. They're there to push their poison on anyone and everyone they can. And as soon as politicians like Michelle Wu realize that if you take the drug dealers off the street, bring them to trial, convict them, and send them to prison, there'll be a lot less drug dealers on the street. And maybe, just maybe, taking some of the dealers off the street will save some of the addicted's lives. This is another attempt by a liberal woke Democrat who wants to spend and spend her taxpayer dollars on programs that are destined to fail. Again, in the state of Rhode Island, I've seen it all too many times. The drug court is a great program for someone who wants to clean their life up. But the people Michelle Wu is talking about do not want to clean their life up. Most of them are homeless, some by their own doing, some not. Maybe you can reach them, reach a handful of them, and help them. But the remainder, that's the life they know, that's the life they choose to live. But for her to think that arresting drug dealers and saying to them, we're going to put you in treatment instead of putting you in jail, when most of the drug dealers aren't drug addicts, that is an absolute waste of money and a waste of time. But they're going to push forward with this plan because they think it's the right thing to do. Crime won't go down. Shopliftings, burglaries, robberies, you name it, the crime is not going to go down if you're letting your police officers take these people off the street and then letting them go into a program they're not going to stay in anyways. People need to wake up when elections roll around and realize that someone like Michelle Wu is a bigger danger to their community than a criminal because she wants to waste their money on ridiculous ideas because she thinks it's a good idea. You cannot rehabilitate someone who doesn't want to be rehabilitated. Bottom line, end of story. Me, I hope it works for the addicts, but I'm pretty certain that not one drug dealer she takes off the street is going to go to treatment and complete it because they don't want treatment. They want to keep pushing their poison on the communities and making it unsafe for everyone else.